Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let's Play 999. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Let's go. So, yeah, this game, it is a visual novel, if you're unfamiliar with it. A sort of thriller, mystery type of visual novel. Multiple endings. This game is fiction, by the way. All names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this production are fictitious. And yeah, there are multiple endings with a true ending, and I do intend to get through all the endings. I won't be going into the specific order of things now, because spoilers, but I will be going through this game in a pretty strict way, just to be able to show off everything. So yeah, the flow might not be all that organic, but I just want to be able to show off everything that this game has to offer because it's so good. And yeah, there's no real rhyme or reason to how I got this game. I was just looking up like random games on GameFAQs one day. Saw that this was like trending for, I believe, the message boards, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting name. And then I clicked, it was like, oh, it's an M-rated DS game. Well, I mean, M-rated DS game, like, and a very weird title. I must try this game, despite not knowing anything about it. So, yeah, I'm glad I did, because this is a genuinely good visual novel. A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open. As they adjusted to the light, he realized that he didn't recognize his surroundings. Ow. With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air. His balance lost and his still fuzzy mind struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down to the cold gray floor. Ouch! God damn it! Oh, and one more thing, because I know, well, I mean, obviously, since like the whole stigma that some visual novels have by me just stating earlier that this is a visual novel, a lot of people have probably clicked off this video. But for those of you still here, this is a not standard visual novel. It's a visual novel hybrid, I guess, sort of in the same vein of Phoenix Wright and Danganronpa. This game is broken up into just story mode sections, with lack of a better term, and escape rooms. Escape rooms are where the actual gameplay is. And I like how things are sort of broken up. It's really good. But anyway, Junpei heard himself. Yeah, what the hell? Junpei glared around the room, still trying to determine where he'd woken up. The fall had shaken the last cobwebs of sleep from his mind, and finally he understood where he'd fallen from. It was a bed. A 3-level bunk bed, in fact. Junpei had fallen apparently from the topmost bunk. His shoulder hurt, his knee hurt, his hip hurt, his entire body hurt. He could feel a bump forming on his forehead where he'd slammed it against the low ceiling. He wondered if that bump was the reason he felt his vision wavering a bit, but that seemed unlikely. At first, he thought the tremor that ran through his legs was just another effect of his rude awakening. As he looked around, he realized it was real. The whole room was shaking. Was it an earthquake, he wondered? It didn't seem likely. It was shaking far too quickly for an earthquake. Then again, Junpei had no idea what it was, if not an earthquake. He tried to tell himself it was important. Junpei rubbed the growing bump on his head and gingerly climbed to his feet. His balance regained, he finally took his first good look around the room. And muttered to himself, "Where am I?" His Pain momentarily forgotten in the face of the confusion of his circumstances, Junpei looked around the room once again. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. Then, as suddenly as they had begun, the tremors ceased. A cold silence fell over the room. From somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sound of metal squeaking. He felt his stomach tighten. There were 1,000 things the sound could have been, but none of the things he could think of were good. In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more antique than functional. The 3-level bunk bed had mattresses that were so thin that they were little more than blankets. On the other side of the room was an identical bed, and set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door. The first thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly emblazoned across it. On the surface of the door, in red paint, someone had written 5. 5? What's this 5 mean? Suspicious and still utterly confused, Junpei approached the door slowly. Standing, at last, in front of the door, Junpei grabbed hold of the L-shaped handle. A push yielded no movement, and a pull the same result. A few more tries cemented the truth in Junpei's mind. It wouldn't open. Also, yay, menus! You've got a calculator that we can't use yet, a map that we can't use yet, and a file that we can't use yet. You can save at any point over the course of the game, and it does allow you to exit to the main menu. So that's good. You know, being able to save whenever you want. It's very important in AVN. I'm not looking at anyone in particular, but I do know that there are some that do not allow you to save at any point in time, but those are kind of older ones, but oh well, that's not the purpose of this LP right here. It didn't matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader. It didn't take a genius to figure out that the odd-looking device was keeping the door shut. Junpei knocked hard on the door. Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door! There was no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door. And stopped. What the hell is this? He wasn't really sure what else to say. On his left wrist was a bracelet of a sort he'd never seen before. In the center was a large LCD display. It looked like nothing else so much as a watch, but it clearly wasn't that. After all, it showed only a single number. 5. That's the same as the door. True, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what that might mean. All he knew was that it was strange, and new, and he wanted it off. Junpei flipped his hand over, as if to remove a watch, but the other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. There were a number of rivets around the rim of the face. Perhaps. He pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting date or time, but on this bracelet, they did nothing. Junpei was at a loss. What was he going to do? Growing more desperate, he began to tug at it. However... Damn. Ugh, it's no good. Damn thing won't come off. A steel ring ran from the face around Junpei's wrist, and back into the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off any time in the near future. What the hell is the deal with this thing? Frustration and desperation were beginning to mix, as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening, and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though he were about to explode. Where am I? And why the hell am I here? Why? Why? What the hell happened to me? It was at that moment that he noticed the window. The window was round, rimmed in riveted brass, like a window from an early 20th century ship. What? Wait, am I in a ship? Junpei walked slowly toward the window. He could see nothing beyond it but thick, impenetrable darkness. Junpei squinted, trying to see something. Anything. It was at that moment. What the... You've got to be kidding me. What the hell is going on here? A crack split the glass of the window, and for a moment Junpei stared at it. Then the window burst, and water began to pour into the room. What the hell? God damn it! Junpei yelled and spun around. His feet slipping on the water already, coming through the window. He ran for the door. Hey! Anyone? Is anyone there? Come on, if you're there, say something. And there was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded on the door, the water began to rise. It was now ankle deep on the floor and rising quickly toward his knees. Things were not looking good for Junpei. Not good at all. He needed to find a way out, and quickly. Junpei ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat out of his eyes, and looked around the room. Seek a way out. So now we've reached the escape room portion of the game. And, well, they're about to explain. Operations during an escape. During an escape, you can move to different parts of the room by touching the bottom screen. Since many areas require very exact selection, we recommend you use the stylus. Searching during an escape. During an escape, you can touch the background to search anywhere in the room. Areas you can investigate will be highlighted yellow the moment you touch them. Depending on the nature of the location you touch, you might find an item or a hint. Begin searching by touching places on the bottom screen. How to move. Touch the triangle icon on the bottom screen. Doing so will change the viewing angle of the room and move you to different locations. You can do the same thing by pressing left, right, and down on the control pad. Bird's eye view. If you want to know where you are, touch X on the camera icon on the bottom screen. This will show you where you are and what direction you're facing. Saving during an escape. Pressing start will allow you to save. If you want to quit, we recommend pressing start. Purpose of the escape. The purpose of each escape is to get out of the room. How you do that depends on the room. You'll need to search all throughout the room to discover what you'll need to do to get out. Search for hints and items that may help you find a way out. Okay, but first things first, I need to look up something. Okay, so one thing about this game is that it has had quite a few different releases. It had a iOS release, which is considered the least preferable version of the game. As well as a release to Steam, PS4, and Vita, which all include voice acting and HD graphics. But I still prefer to go through the DS version of this game, since this game was created with the DS in mind. So there are some things that happen on this game, or version of the game, that don't have the same impact on the other releases. So I have the full list of changes here right now. Wow. So yeah, the iOS version removed the escape rooms. So it's just a plain old visual novel. As stated, the other versions have HD art, as well as HD characters with animations. The iOS version does not have the animation versions, though. And higher quality music compared to the DS version. There is a real-time flowchart that you can access during the game. This version kind of, sort of does have a flowchart of sorts, but you can't see it until you've gone through the game at least once. Yeah. So, I mean, your mileage may vary on that, though I guess one could argue that the flowchart might make it sort of possible to see minor spoilers, since it tells you how paths are connected and what they may lead to and whatnot. The iOS version did have an extra ending, but it wasn't included in any later version of this game, which is kind of weird. The HD ports do allow hints for the escape rooms, just in case you're getting lost. They also fix some script stuff like typos and whatnot. There are some minor script changes, but nothing was really changed that affects the story, full stop. One puzzle in particular that we'll get to later has been slightly altered, and the final puzzle of the game is different entirely for the HD ports, which we'll get to when we get to it. And then the biggest change outside of HD looks, full voice acting, and animations, the HD ports of this game, well, if you'll notice, their wall of text stuff was on the lower screen, while everything that Junpei was saying himself was on the top screen. Yeah. When you're dealing with the HD versions, since those are on consoles or computers that have a single screen, they had to find some way to put all of that on a single screen. So when playing the HD versions, you get to choose between playing the game in adventure mode or novel mode. According to the Zero Escape fandom wiki, adventure mode features constant talking like a real-time conversation with speech subtitled in the text box at the bottom of the screen. Novel mode adds the narration originally seen on the DS's lower screen, allowing for a more thought-based commentary between conversation. Text boxes are absent. Instead, it is presented like an ebook. Yeah. So you can switch between them on the fly, although some segments will switch automatically so that the important information and dialogue is not missed. Any essential text in novel mode that was originally in narration on the bottom screen of the DS version is either reworked into adventure mode, or it is part of a mandatory string of narrative text that, if the user is in adventure mode, will switch to automatically, and the player will not be able to return to adventure mode until the mandatory part changes. So yeah, even though as of now the HD ports really aren't too expensive to buy, I'll still be sticking with this version of the game, since I just prefer how the text is set up. It's a lot cleaner this way than just seeing like the entire story spelled out over the characters or background in the HD ports, as opposed to just, having one section for the narration and one section for the dialogue. Granted, this means it's going to be a little tougher to edit, but no big deal. Alright, let's escape. What we got going on here? What's that? About items. During an escape, investigating certain parts of the room will allow you to obtain items. Once you obtain an item, you'll be able to go to the item screen. Touching L item on the top left will take you to the item screen. On the item screen, you'll be able to investigate, hold, and combine items that you found. If you want to investigate an item you found, touch the icon for that item in the item screen, and then touch search in the top right corner of the bottom screen. Okay, we got a note from a bulletin board. The notes got red triangle, or triangles in red and triangles in blue. Okay. It is underlined, so that does seem important. Investigate with an item. Touching an item while on the item screen will select that item. While an item is selected, touching back will return you to the room investigation screen. If you look down at the bottom left corner of the bottom screen, you should see the icon. It shows you are holding the item. If If you hold an item while investigating the room, you may trigger a reaction. Investigate suspicious areas with different items to see if anything happens. Pressing up on the control pad will select another item for you to hold. Alright, there's nothing else to hold. What's this? It's a picture frame. No picture frame. There's a picture of a ship in it. There's screws keeping the back on. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Towel next to the sink. Okay. Water just keeps pouring through the window. It's like a waterfall. I don't think shoving something into the window is going to stop the water. In other words, if I don't want to die, I need to find a way out of this room. I have to figure this out. And yeah, we're not timed, so we can take our sweet time. What's in here? We got a key. Alright, well, take that key. Little blue key in the bottom of this pot. Odd. I will say right now, I do not remember any of these puzzles. It has been a long time since I last played this. Supposed to open something else blue? Maybe, my good sir. Maybe. This is the door to the stove. It opens easily enough. Sure wish the door to get out here was that easy to open. Herp, 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 herp. Okay. Looks red. We got a screwdriver. And I know something that has screws. Screwdriver got those screws off easily enough. And here's the picture. And, well, hello there. I'm good at rotating. Now, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 0. So someone wrote a bunch of numbers and symbols on the back of the picture, huh? Oh, this is easy. Okay, so we got red left. No, red full left. Okay. So 7, 4. Then the lower left corner. 7, 4, 6, 3. 74, 63. My items. Oh, yeah, I already kind of did that. Yep. Let me turn to something else. Yep. Select an item on the screen. Touch X, combine on the top part of the bottom screen. Select the second item and touch X, combining. 2 items can be combined. You'll receive a new item. They cannot be combined. Nothing will happen. 74, 63, by the way. Ooh. Hello. No dice, it's locked tight. See if there's anything in the keyhole. I see. Gotta put the key into the keyhole in order to enter a number. Oh. Nope. Wrong buttons there. Okay, well, enter that key. I mean, it is a blue suitcase. Minigames. During an escape, your investigation may trigger one of several minigames. All operations for the minigames are done by touching the bottom screen. Some minigames will require you to manipulate something, while others will only require you to apply the right object or touch the right thing. Operation instructions. Touching the dial will cause it to move to the next number. Enter 4 numbers this way and then touch the key. If the numbers are correct, it will unlock. Oop, overshot. No. Okay. Alright, Junpei, don't freak out. Keep it cool. Look around for more clues. Yes. So, what? No, those are the last 2 numbers for blue. Okay, so I need to find more notes. Well, I got a small red key. Junpei grabbed the key and shoved it into his pocket. He intended to leave immediately, but something stopped him. His reflection stared back at him from the mirror, but he had scarcely recognized himself. What's up with my face? His confusion was well justified. His face was drawn and pale, and the dark circles under his eyes made him look as though he was nearly dead. Man, what the hell happened to me? How did I end up here? Even as he said it, something in his mind opened, and a memory bobbed to the surface. It was the last thing Junpei remembered before waking up in the strange room. It was past midnight when he came home. Junpei shuffled up the stairs and opened the door to apartment 201. Inside was his apartment. A small one-bedroom affair that ran him about $630 a month. Dang. Rent was like that back when this game came out? Also, where the hell he living? Shit, sign me up. He moved into it when he entered college, and so far he'd been there for 3 years and 7 months. He stepped inside and turned on the lights. The fluorescent lights on the ceiling blinked and flickered slowly to life, as if waking from a deep slumber. Their cold light illuminated the landscape he'd come home to so many times before. Everything was as he'd left it. The magazines piled up in the corner, the textbooks collecting dust, the CD cases covering the floor, the jeans and t-shirt he'd worn the day before, then tossed onto the floor. There was one thing that didn't belong, however. There was a breeze. Breaths of cold night air wafted into his apartment, carrying the smells of autumn with them. The white curtain framing his window swayed gently in the wind. Huh. That's weird. Did I leave that open? Junpei walked toward the window, trying to remember if he'd closed it or not before he left. One of the panes was hanging open. He stuck his head out and looked around. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Junpei shrugged. He must have just left it open earlier. He closed the window. Then it happened. Junpei turned and found himself face to mask with a man dressed all in black. The man wore a deep hood and a bulky gas mask. His face was entirely hidden. Junpei tried to scream, but all he could manage was a strangled croak. He tried to step toward the man, but his legs could no longer support his weight. Junpei collapsed to the floor, a crumpled heap of limbs like a discarded puppet. Too late. He noticed the white smoke that was quickly filling his apartment. A small object, shaped distressingly like a grenade, sat on the floor in front of his face, hissing. The white smoke poured out of it at an incredible rate. The smoke had grown so thick that the details of Junpei's apartment began to fade into the white haze. He could feel his mind begin to fade as well, a white haze that was not the smoke, creeping into the edges of his vision. Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen. A rasping voice wormed its way out of the gas mask. It was cold and harsh, and distorted in some way Junpei couldn't put his finger on. You are going to participate in a game. The nonary game. It is a game where you put your life on the line. I have no idea what voice that was I was giving. That was the last thing Junpei remembered. The white smoke overpowered him. The masked man faded from his vision. He felt his consciousness fall away into the white mist. That's right. That guy with the gas mask. That son of a bitch must have taken me here. As to who the man was or might have been, Junpei had no idea. Indeed, he wasn't even sure that his assailant had been a man. The voice had been cold and mechanical, likely passed through a voice changer, and the body had been covered in a thick cloak. Who was the man in the mask? You have been chosen. Junpei remembered that much, but what it might mean, that was beyond him. Junpei had no idea where he was or why he was there. There was only one thing from his memory that seemed important. You are going to participate in a game. The nonary game. It is a game where you'll put your life on the line. The nonary game, huh? What the hell's a nonary game? God damn it. Well, yeah, Junpei drove his fist into the mirror. Alright, but there's no time to waste. Nothing left on the mirror. Okay. Light over there. Okay. Alright. We need to find out where to go. Lever, maybe if you pull it. No dice. Pulling the lever just makes a weird noise? Great. The light's still red and the display hasn't changed. Damn it! Why the hell isn't this thing opening? Okay, alright. Am I missing something? Simple chairs next to the table. The water is already up to the chair. And water is pouring onto the table. Nothing else on the bulletin board. And nothing on top of that. Okay. Anything on the top bunk? There's a pipe at the other end of the bed. There's nothing up top. What am I missing here? Wait. No, yes, I know. Move, yes, okay, please. I can't reset it. Oh my god, I gotta sit through this again. I wonder. Oh, I could go investigate this bed. Oh, what do we have here? There we go. Okay, so yeah, you combine both parts of the memo, you'll get numbers. So 63 is the latter half of the blue. So we have solid blue and then blue silhouette in upper left. So 0263. Board with a sheet on it. It's pretty flat. Like my hopes and dreams. Okay. Please do not make me sit through. Thank you. Oh my god. Yes, I get it. Please. Okay. 2. Yes, he's done it. See if these numbers works. Turn the key in. Hey, looks like it's working. Yes. Alright, let's open it up. Yes, it opened. Looks like there's something in here. What is this? A file? File screen. If you find any documents or notes during an escape, information on them will be available from the file screen. To open the file screen, touch File in the top right of the bottom screen. Once at the file screen, select files by touching them, or by pressing on the control pad. If you touch search, the contents of the file you selected will be displayed on the upper screen. Alright, let's see what's in this file. Digital route. Let's see here. Compute a digital route with the following steps. First, add all the numbers in question to one another. If you end up with something greater than a single-digit number, add the digits to one another. For instance, if you have a double-digit number, add the number in the tens place to the number in the ones place. Keep adding digits in this manner until you have a single-digit answer. That final single digit is your digital root. Example, the digital root of 678 would be 6 plus 7 plus 8 equals 21, plus 2 plus 1 equals 3. Therefore, the digital root of 678 is 3. Example, the digital root of 1234 would be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. Therefore, the digital root of 1234 is 1. I see. So I just keep adding numbers until I get a single digit number. Oh, looks like there's something on the back of this thing. A notebook, a pen, a calculator. And a stack of key cards, huh? Looks like some key cards. There's a number written on each card. 678. Does that mean something? New material has been added to the file screen. Calculator. The calculator screen can be used during an escape or during a novel sequence. During an escape, you can access it by pressing the Y button. This will open the calculator screen. To operate the calculator, touch the bottom screen. When using the calculator, the numbers on top are your calculations, the numbers on the bottom are your answer. The calculator can also calculate a digital root, which will be important to the progression of the story. I'm good at math, my dude. I don't need assistance with that. What do you say about this pillow? Nothing. Okay. Nothing on there. Now what? Huh? It's not working? Why? Damn it! Do I need some other cards to get this to work? Shit, I need to find more cards, now. Huh. Thought for sure that would work. Okay, I guess not. Am I missing something in the water? Oh, this is a segment. I see. Alright, the first digits of the red were 74, so that means upper right solid and then square. 85, 74, 85. It's just like the blue briefcase. Yep, there's a lock on this one too, and it's not opening. Alright. Okay. It's not doing anything at all. Well, alright, I take that back. I guess I can move the dial now. So it looks like I'm going to have to put in the right numbers and then turn the key. I do that, this thing should pop right open. Let's give it a shot. Oh my god, I know this, please. Yes, thank you. Okay. He's done it. Yes! I unlocked it. It's opening. Alright. These look like key cards. There's a number on each one. 1, 2, 3. Hmm. Okay, can't combine them. That's fine. Okay. Damn it. Not again. There aren't any more cards in here. Only got one other hint. Of course. The files. The file said something about a digital root. A digital root. A digital root, huh? What am I supposed to do with... There's a 5 on that door. Do I have to get a digital root of 5? Not really sure about this. Whatever, it's worth a shot. See if this works. I'll just slide the cards to give me the digital root of 5 through the reader. Operating instructions. Touch 3 cards to select them. The digital root of the selected cards will be displayed on the top screen. Touching reset will deselect all currently selected cards. After you've selected 3 cards, touch the device. So we have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. I know I have calculator, but I don't need it. Okay, let's see. So, or maybe I should use the calculator. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. 1 plus 2 plus 8 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 plus 7 is 10, so that'll be 1. And 1 plus 2 plus 6 is 9. So if we have 2, 3, and 6, that's 5 plus 6 is 11, and then 1 plus 1 is 2. 2, 3, 7 is 12, and then 1 plus 2 is 3. And 2, 3, 8 is 13, which is 4. So we do 3, 6, 7, that's 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. And 3, 6, 8, 14, 17. 1 plus that is 8. Huh. So then I guess it will be 6, 7, 8. Wait, then they already... Was that the one they gave me in the freaking tutorial? 6, 7, 8, 15, 21... No, 1 plus 2 is 3. Hold up. My map... Wait. I didn't try everything. Okay, what if we do 1, 3, 6? 4, 10, 1... Alright, 1, 3, 7 is 1. There has to be a simpler way. But I don't feel like reverse engineering a frickin' algorithm for this. 1, 3, 8, 4, 12, 1 plus 3... 1 plus 2 is 3. 1, 6, 7, 13. Yep, there we go. 1 plus 6 plus 7 is 14. 1 plus 6 is 7, 7 plus 7 is 14. Then you have 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. The boy's a genius. There probably is an algorithm for that I just could not think of. That would have been way simpler than just brute forcing that. But a win's a win. Alright, I think this is going to work. Here we go. That's a new noise. Huh? Did it just unlock? Well, that light was red and now it's blue. No doubt about it. There's nothing keeping me in here now. Time to go. Oh, wait, I have to manually exit. Okay, my bad. You found